Hey everyone, it is Liz, and I am back to do another reading. And I did change around my situation here, so I'm hoping that the lighting is better. And it wasn't so hard to do. Just a little messy when you have two cats. I love the story. So anyway, I was curious about what was going on with Trump, Donald J. Trump, the former disgraced, twice impeached ex-president. I watch The View because I work from home, and every so often I'll watch it, and I see one of the hosts. I think it's Sunny Hostin. Whenever she discusses Trump, she'll always say that it's the whatever, disgraced ex-president Donald J. Trump. So the reason why I wanted to look at the guy was because he has, let's see, he had the CEO, or this, I think it was the CEO, the CFO, the closest person to him, and he worked with his dad, Alan Weiselberg, has been indicted on tax fraud and on a whole bunch of other things going on here. Now, it's interesting because his ex-daughter-in-law had all this information about the way things were being paid, and she's a witness. Now we've got one of his best friends, apparently, Tom Barack, who's been indicted. So I believe Trump is seeing all of his friends starting to, go down, and they're starting to be indicted and arrested, and think deals are going to be made, things are going to happen. So I was curious because I feel like this is obviously a contentious time for Trump, and I feel like with all that's going on right now, especially with the House committees, the January 6th committee, and all that we saw. I mean, not just what we witnessed on the 6th, but what we saw in Congress, in the House the other day. So during the committee hearing with those 4 police officers, those very brave police officers. So my curiosity was piqued as to, what will happen to Trump. So what's the future hold as far as, the immediate future? I'm looking at the month of August. Okay. So again, I am using my Sibylla and Davina, or my, decks. This is the one that I feel, these decks are very blunt. So, I will periodically use my tarot decks for political readings, but sometimes I just feel like when it comes to Trump or politics in general, sometimes for me anyway, I don't like to dilly-dally. I like to call a spade a spade. Let's be real. There's just so much going on right now in the world, and it's a whole new world, but it certainly isn't a whole new world in the way that, we dream about. But anyway, looking at the recent past, the first 2 cards, the first card I pulled on Trump as far as his recent past, and well, again, this kind of the theme of August would be how July may have ended for him. So we've got the card of important revelations, and then clarified by its contrariety, its displeasure. Now, this is the first card, which is important revelation, and I believe it was reversed, by the way. Yeah, I'm trying to think if it was reversed. No, it was not. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But I mean, this is where I think at the end of July, this is a card of, if you look at the card, this is a card again. This is important revelation. So probably by the end of the month of July for Trump, there was recognition about his buddy Barack being indicted, Alan Weiselberg. There were other books. All these books are coming out, and then his taxes. So I think it was at the end of July that we were all thinking, we will be seeing his taxes. And I think this is where he's been at, is all these important decisions have all culminated, and clarifying it. We've got the card of, displeasure. So to me, it's clarifying what's been going on. So I'm looking at a man here who, I don't necessarily feel that Trump is at all confused. He just wants to get past this. But to me, there's misunderstandings that I'm kind of hearing. This is a misunderstanding, or, it's a witch hunt, that type of thing. But, I'm kind of getting that with this card of displeasure in his recent past. He's not happy about the people that were closest to him that are now being arrested or being indicted and being questioned and all this stuff, because he knows it's only a matter of time. I think he understands, even the narcissist in him, I believe understands that this isn't good, because in his current, even like, it's weird because again, he is a narcissist. I believe that I'm not a psychologist. I did work in human services for a lot of years. And I just think that beyond being a narcissist, I really believe that he's emotionally really quite immature. There's an immaturity to this man. It's just like, I can't explain it. Obviously it's not innocuous, but it's almost like this deliberate, like he's deliberately being an idiot. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like right now you've got where his current state of mind is, you have envy, or I'm sorry, victory. So I mean, I think he just loves the attention, any attention, whether it's good attention or bad attention. He thinks it's a victory because you're saying my name and you're talking about me. He doesn't care. It blows my mind, because then you've got this card of the dark-haired man, which is most likely Don Jr., could be also people that are very close to him. The dark-haired man is like a romantic figure. This is someone that's loyal, someone who is on his side, someone who is very helpful, someone, in my mind, who's very faithful and loyal, like a family member or someone close to him like that. So I do feel like he is kind of leaning on his family, leaning on the people in his life that he knows, will always stand by him and be loyal in his mind. So moving into his immediate future, we're looking at the card of impediment. Give me a second here. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of diamonds. Normally it would be an okay card, but in this specific deck, I'm trying to look at the big picture here, and he's in a position in his immediate future where he's got nowhere to go. I mean, I just feel like this man is so accustomed to living his life a certain way. But with the impediment card, it's something that happens to him that's preventing him from moving forward. You know what I mean? So literally, it's an impediment. And so to me, this is money. Like, I know that he's been raking it in, from his supporters, from, whatever it is, the donations from his supporters, who maybe there were some of them that are very wealthy, but I feel like a lot of money that he's making with things that with these rallies and his, whatever it is he's doing, a lot of these people don't really have the money, but in his immediate future, there seems to be like no confidence. And there is some like potential delays happening with him. I kind of get this impression that, in his immediate future, we've got the clarification card of the pleasant pastimes. Again, I think that he would like to go golfing. I think he would like to, there are things that he would like to do, and maybe he will, but there's almost like this delay. I'm getting the words delay, and a lot of these cards talk about delays, the future cards here, but the impediment is a delay. It's something that, excuse me, guys, something that he might have enjoyed doing and now is being put to a stop, whether it's his golf playing, but there's like there are people losing confidence in him. I think that his neighbors are losing confidence in him. I think there are people in all over the country. Look at what's going on with Ron DeSantis in Florida, who is a Trumpian. He's just doing what Trump would say, and there's so many thousands of people dying and so many children dying from this Delta variant. So the clarification card being pastime is, I feel like he's really like not paying attention to what's important. I think he's like a child that way. He's trying to remember, like I can think about, like there was a rally he did. Really, it was like, I think I was watching Colbert and they were showing a rally. It might have been Colbert or Kimmel, but it was like his greatest hits. Do you understand? Like, I know you guys know what I mean. Like, he's got no new material. So I'm not understanding, like, why are people paying for this? Excuse me. moving into, excuse me, guys, Trump's current state of mind. Okay, so this would be where he is right now. And he has the card of tenderness clarified by the card of the soldier. So, this is someone, he's leaning on people. I mean, with tenderness, he's leaning on family and our friends who are saying to him, everything's going to be just fine, Donnie. Don't worry, buddy. You're good. Whether this be Kevin McCarthy or Lindsey Graham or his family, whoever these people, Josh Hawley, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Maybe these are the people coddling him right now. I don't know, but I feel like he's being coddled in his own mind, and I kind of get this impression like he wishes that. I kind of get this feeling that like if only he had been parented better, if only his mother had been a better mother. Isn't it sad that I just feel like he just wants to be loved, and he wants to be, when I get down deep into this man's soul, and he does have a soul, believe it or not, this is a very, it's like the core of Donald Trump is an unloved child. Like his father spoiled him to make up for the fact that mommy didn't love him, mommy didn't care. And I know I'm going a little deep here because I don't really want any of us to pity this man, because he's not worth pitying, although he is pitiful. But I do feel like his mode of thinking is with the soldier. It's that inner strength, that willpower, that he's trying to, that I'm in control. So he wants us all to feel like, I'm in control. But he's not in control, because moving into influences, the outside influences around Donald Trump in the month of August, darn it, you've got for him, unfortunately for Mr. Trump, the consultant, which is reversed. And then this is he's his own lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. I mean, he's not paying him. Giuliani's, in trouble. He's already lost his law license in 2 states. And it's only a matter of time before he will be part of, this people getting, there are more people being indicted. He will be indicted. And I do feel like there are more people like that, like the consultant reversed. That Sydney woman. I forget what her name, that lawyer, she was out of her mind. I can't think of her name. It's almost like I deliberately blocked it. But when this consultant is reversed, he's not getting any good advice, and he's not open to receive it either, because the clarification card is the loss of money. Excuse me. So this is like he's going through his personal crisis here. A personal crisis for Trump is not like it's losing money. And I do feel like it's not like he's losing a ton of it, but he's noticing that he's losing what he once had. So when I look at the influences around Trump in the month of August, I noticed that with the card of the consultant reversed, this is a feeling of looking at this and I'm wondering, like, he's his own worst enemy. That's kind of the vibe, I think that Trump is his own worst enemy. With his taxes coming out, he will probably try to stop that, because this is like a whole other level showing up of, him being this tough guy, but for him to be able to, he's a private citizen. He's no longer a president. So he can try to stop it, but it's not going to go the way he wants it to go, because eventually we're going to see his taxes and it's going to be very corrupt. The advice from Spirit in this reading, you've got the card of the letter reverse, which is it's things just aren't what they seem. Okay. I think that Donald Trump needs to look at reality. He's not looking at the reality. He's avoiding reality here. He's not looking at it. Instead, he's choosing to pay attention to his own crazy mind and people like Michael Flynn and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And he's even starting to, connect with these people more. But the sad part here is when you've got the card of clarifying it, you've got the card of reconciliation. To me, it's an agreement that he's, it's advice. Spirit is advising Trump in this reading he really should sit down with a really good lawyer and agree to just, talk. Because they're going to come after him and things are going to start to open up pretty wide, I'd say, with this specific reading, only because the last few cards here, I sense that especially with the card of loss of money and the consultant reversed, he doesn't have money to pay Giuliani. Where is money going to come from for him to pay for anything else in the future that he's going to need legal guidance for? Because the outcome you've got is inconsistency reversed. Okay, so this is indecisiveness upright. When it is reversed, this is a card of, again, Trump has this way of changing the story. So if anything, I feel like there are certain people around him that are going to be pulling away. I feel like his daughter, obviously, I've been saying this for years now. I believe Ivanka and Jared will be the ones who throw daddy under the bus. Okay. I mean, Jared's got his own set of problems, I mean, he's a slumlord. I mean, and he's not honest, and Ivanka's got her own stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if, with all of this that I'm seeing here, where there's family, kind of most likely Ivanka, and I believe Jared will throw daddy under the bus, because you've got this, again, the last card is here, inconstancy reversed. I feel like people are pulling away from him more and more slowly. I don't know if there's going to be any more GOP, but during the House committee testimony, Jim Jordan will be called. There will be others. I believe Steve Scalise will be called. I believe he's part of that. And if I'm wrong, forgive me, but I think that McCarthy will have to testify. I think Hawley will have to testify. There's going to be a lot of people. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I believe, and a few others. But the last card clarifying the inconstancy card, inconstancy, is the card of waiting, which is the worst thing for anybody waiting. I mean, this is the card of doubt. It's he's waiting. It's clarifying this card of inconsistency. It's clarifying that people are pulling away from him, and he's waiting. Like, it's almost like a part of Trump is waiting for his friends to come back, or he's waiting to be supported. And I think he's slowly, in the month of August, there are more people not, pulling away in fear of. I think these are big name people. I think people, and it's not necessarily like Eric or Don Jr., but there will be some bigger names coming forward, because the last card that I pulled on the bottom is the card of the lawyer, which are legal problems, justice. He's going to be, I would not be surprised if he's indicted in August. Something's going on here. This is indictment. That's the lawyer. I got one more card from Spirit here. They keep telling me to pull. I mean, this is the illness card. Next to the lawyer. So, I mean, this is stuff that means, he's going to be very uncomfortable. He's going to be, I feel, that if anyone's going to have low energy, it's going to be Donald J. Trump, because the law, I feel like there's going to be an indictment. And the last card I think I'm going to pull here is the card of anger, because what do you think he's going to try to do? This is cheating. This is envy. This is jealousy. And this is chaos. He's going to say it's a witch hunt, and this is deliberate, this is a deliberate sabotage. So in my mind, with the anger card here, he's going to be pissed off because there are people throwing Donnie under the bus. And we may see it in the month of August. There may be an indictment with Trump. There may be. I'm not 100%. I'm kind of like 95, 93%. So anyway, I'm going to stop this here. I hope this was an enjoyable reading. I am going to do all of the elemental signs, the air signs, the water signs, the earth sign, and the fire signs for the month of August. So those are coming up probably tomorrow. So if you have any feedback, let me know. Feel free to leave feedback. If you have any political questions, feel free to ask. And you can email me. Also, I have openings this week for readings. So I would love for you guys to book a reading with me if you want. And also, please share my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. And you can hit the subscribe button. And I believe I'll be going live with Denise Siegel Saturday. I have to look at my calendar. It's either Saturday or Sunday. I'll look. She'll probably know before me. I do. Excuse me. So I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys very soon. And blessings to all. Bye.